Have you ever noticed that during perimenopause or menopause, your brain seems to have turned into a drama queen? You wake up feeling a little sore, and suddenly your brain writes a full novel. You're too old to exercise. You'll never get your energy back. Why even bother? Or you start a workout you used to love, and halfway through, your brain whispers, "Stop. You're going to hurt yourself. You can't handle this anymore." Sound familiar? That's not you being weak, lazy, or whiny. That's actually your brain lying to you. Here's why. During perimenopause and menopause, estrogen and progesterone fluctuate and eventually decline. These hormones don't just affect your ovaries, they affect your amygdala, hippocampus, and prefrontal cortex. The amygdala, your brain's alarm system, gets louder, amplifying fear, worry, and anxiety. The hippocampus, which regulates memory and emotional balance, can shrink under low estrogen, making it harder to stay grounded. And the prefrontal cortex, the rational CEO of your brain, struggles to keep the peace. The result? Your brain goes into storytelling mode, taking small discomforts and spinning them into full-blown catastrophes. Anxiety, depression, self-doubt, and the infamous Whiny Woman Loop, WW for short. But here's where the trap happens. If you listen to those brain lies, you might actually accelerate aging instead of slowing it down. That's how women end up burned out, injured, or just stuck in frustration. So today, let's break down the 7 biggest brain traps in menopause that sabotage fitness, and the real stories of women who've fallen into them. Stay to the end, because trap number 1 is the sneakiest of all, the one that tricks even the strongest, most disciplined women. Trap number 7, the fatigue trap. Push through, you're fine. Your brain says, no pain, no gain. Reality. In menopause, fatigue is data, not weakness. Declining estrogen changes how muscles recover. Ignoring that doesn't make you tougher. It increases inflammation and slows progress. Take Melissa, 48. She'd run marathons, done kickboxing, even won amateur competitions. When her belly softened in perimenopause, she thought, okay, I'll just train harder. More miles, more rounds, I'll get my old self back. Her brain convinced her she could keep pushing, but her body revolted. Within a year, injuries, a hip surgery, pelvic floor problems, and a bone-deep exhaustion she couldn't out-train. She didn't fail. She just didn't know her biology had changed. Do instead swap beast mode for smart mode. Strength training plus mobility plus recovery builds you up without breaking you down. Trap number 6, the intensity trap. More sweat, more success. Your brain says, if I run harder, spin longer, sweat buckets, I'll lose this belly fat. But science says otherwise. Your amygdala thrives on stress, and long daily cardio or back-to-back HIIT classes just flood you with cortisol. That stubborn belly fat? It digs in deeper. Meet Denise, 52. She loved her daily Orange Theory and Peloton double sessions. She believed if she just pushed through, her menopausal weight would melt. Instead, she developed adrenal fatigue, insomnia, and the scale didn't budge. Do instead brisk walking, dancing, swimming. 1 to 2 short HIITs a week if you love them. Your brain may call it too easy. Don't listen. It's anti-aging gold. Trap number 5, the timing trap. Better late than never. You finally get time at 8 p.m. and your brain says, hey, at least I showed up. But here's the problem. Late night intensity spikes cortisol when your body should be winding down. That means restless nights, more hot flashes, and slower recovery. Like Sandra, 49. She crammed in HIIT after work, proud of her commitment, until she noticed she wasn't sleeping. She'd wake at 2 a.m., drenched in sweat, wired but exhausted the next day. Her dedication was wrecking her rest. Sounds like you? Comment guilty below if you've done this before. Do, instead, save mornings or midday for strength and cardio. Reserve evenings for restorative yoga, stretching, or light walking. Send your brain a time to calm down signal before bed. Trap number 4. The old playbook trap. What worked at 25 works at 45. Your brain insists, dust off that old running plan, it worked before. But biology calls the shots. Declining estrogen means slower recovery, stiffer joints, and different muscle repair. What worked in college aerobics class might now just create knee pain and back flare-ups. Think of Lisa, 50. She found her old VHS aerobics tapes from the 90s, yes, with the neon leotards, and thought, if I just do these again, I'll tone up. 2 weeks later, she was nursing shin splints and regretting the nostalgia trip. Do instead, modernize your routine, prioritize resistance training, mobility, and balance. You're not weaker, you're wiser. Train like it. Trap number 3, the belly trap. Crunch it away. Your brain fixates. More sit-ups, less belly fat. But the hidden problem is this. Crunches overload your spine and pelvic floor, which is already more vulnerable in menopause. They don't even target the deep abdominal stabilizers you need. Case in point, Maria, 47, who cranked out 200 crunches a day trying to flatten her middle. Instead, she wound up with back pain and unexpected bladder leaks during workouts. Her brain told her crunches were the answer. Her body begged to differ. Do instead planks, bird dogs, and dead bugs. These strengthen your core, protect your pelvic floor, and actually improve posture. Trap number 2, the sweat trap. If I'm not drenched, it doesn't count. Your brain says, sweat equals success. But menopause already messes with temperature regulation. Overheating can trigger hot flashes, headaches, and blood pressure issues. Sweat isn't proof of progress, it's just water leaving your body. Rachel, 51, swore by hot yoga 5 days a week. But instead of balance and zen, she ended up lightheaded, more flushed, and her hot flashes doubled. The heat was pouring fuel on the hormonal fire. Do instead yin yoga, hatha, or tai chi. You'll still build strength, balance, and stress relief without boiling yourself. Trap number 1, the rest trap. If I stop, I'll get old. This is the sneakiest lie. Your brain panics. If I take a day off, I'll lose everything. But the reality is the opposite. Overtraining accelerates inflammation, breaks down muscle, and ages you faster. Jennifer, 55, prided herself on working out 7 days a week, until her shoulder gave out, forcing her into 6 months of physical therapy. Skipping rest didn't keep her young, it sidelined her. Do instead schedule recovery like workouts, stretching, walking, yoga. Rest isn't regression, it's adaptation. So let's get real. Menopause isn't just about changing hormones, it's about how those hormones rewire your brain. Your amygdala gets louder, your prefrontal cortex can't always keep it in check, and your brain spins stories that make you doubt yourself. But once you see the traps for what they are, you can step around them. We've all been honorary members of the Whiny Women Club, WW for short. But it's time to rebrand. From now on, let's make WW stand for wise women. Because wisdom is what happens when you stop fighting biology and start working with it. If this resonated, give this video a like or share it with another woman in your life. Subscribe for weekly fitness and health strategies designed for women in perimenopause and menopause. And drop a comment. Which of these traps has tricked your brain lately? Remember, you've got this. Your brain may lie, but your body will always tell you the truth if you're willing to listen.